From coast to coast and around the globe, you are now tuned into Fly Christian Couple on Air.
Honey, you gotta be the type of woman who carries a high standard and is not afraid to march the beat of her own drum.
We just want to see people blessed, man. Just, living the best lives possible.
Yes, you gotta put God first, believe in yourself, and definitely dream big.
Man, it's amazing what God can do if you just give it all to Him.
Terry, I love you so much, and I feel so blessed to be your wife.
Baby, I love you, and I'm so grateful to be your husband. Welcome to Fly Christian Couple on Air. I'm your host, Terry McCarter Jr., and I'm joined by my beautiful co-host, my best friend,
Aww.
the love of my life, my beautiful wife, Tanya McCarter. Baby, say what's up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fly Christian Couple on Air.
Yeah, man, we excited.
Yeah, we're excited to get started.
Yeah, excited to start the show, and been a while that it's kind of been in the works, and man, I just feel elated, feel blessed that God has given us the opportunity to launch.
Yes, we have had to go through many obstacles and setbacks and shortcomings and different things like that to get here, and we are just excited to get this show started.
Absolutely. So, first things first, man, without God, we definitely wouldn't be here.
Right.
And, so we always want to take a moment to just give Him honor, to give Him glory. And we just want to say to everybody that's tuning in, thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you for tuning in. And
thank you guys so much.
Yeah, absolutely. But
and thank them so much for being patient with us, because we've had people kind of following us for a long time now.
Right.
Get those with our inspirational tweets and different things like that, and they've been following us for a while. And thank you guys so much for being patient.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, man. I mean, we excited to be here. It's a pleasure. We get a lot of tweets, a lot of messages on Facebook, a lot of messages through email, where people reach out to us and they have a lot of questions. They have where some people, they contact us and say, man, you guys really blessed us, just by the things that you post. And, man, we just happy to be an inspiration, to people.
Yes, blessing God. It all goes back to God.
Absolutely. God is amazing.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here without Him. And like Baby was saying, just giving honor to God and how amazing He has been in our life. And just I know sometimes in life you can make it look so good that it's like you don't go through battles and obstacles and things that you may have to face. But we just want to use our show to inspire people and to be a blessing in people's lives and the things that God has given us to share. Because a lot of people are inspired by our marriages. We can be in the grocery store. We can be anywhere.
Right.
And people are just like, thrilled or want to hear the things that we have to share. So we're excited that we get the opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
And again, all praise and honor goes back to God, because without Him, we're absolutely nothing.
Man, indeed. And this show it's inspired by people. This show is definitely inspired by the people that follow us, the people that we have touched along the way. Because like I was saying a minute ago, people will reach out to us on social media.
Right.
They'll ask us questions, marital questions. You might have single ladies that reach out to us and say certain things. But people like to ask us how are we so consistent in our marriage, and how do we how is our working relationship together in marriage, and all these different things. So we reach back, and we answer a lot of questions
Right.
that people might have. And man, it's just a blessing to be a blessing.
It is. And babe, just while you was giving that out, a lot of people may not know how to be in contact with us, and they can reach us at our email address. And you can find that on the website. And if you just want to jot it down, it's flychristiancouple@gmail.com.
Right. So, babe, it's a lot of things that's been going on across the country.
I know.
That I just want to touch on for a second. And
tragic.
Yeah, tragic things. Since the killings of the two black men, Alton Sterling, out of Baton Rouge, and then we got
Philando.
Yeah, Philando Castile out of Minnesota. So it's been it's almost like once that transpired and once that took place,
right,
it's almost like it was a green light for chaos to just take just rampage across the world. Really, so many things been happening here in the United States, but so many things been going on across international. You know, France and
Turkey.
Yeah, Turkey and
Germany.
Right.
Today we heard about Japan.
Absolutely. So it's just an ongoing thing. It's a butterfly effect. How one thing that happened here in the United States, and now it's spreading all across the world. And I really just want to take a moment to really just say that our hearts and prayers and our minds go out to the families that's been affected, all across the world.
I know, it's just very tragic, and even with the police officers.
Exactly.
The 5 police officers that were shot down in Dallas, and then the 3 police officers that were killed in Baton Rouge.
Absolutely.
It's just, these are trying times, and I think we even heard about one officer that was killed out here in Atlanta.
Right.
And, these police officers are at the point where, it's trying, because in a minute, that's all law enforcement. And I understand none of this is okay. Just the hatred that we are dealing with amongst, everyone, the chaos is really just trying. And it's really time for us as Christians to get on our knees and pray in these moments. And everyone has to be looking to God in these most devastating times, because the hatred is so cruel that it's becoming
it's normal.
It's becoming normal, right?
It's spreading. And man, I like what you said, because we have to pray, but we have to also
make better decisions.
We gotta love.
Right.
We got to
because the Bible
God.
says that love covers a multitude of sin.
We got to seek God for peace.
Right.
All of that plays a part. Our relationship with God, ultimately has to be good in order for us to get back to love, get back to the peace that we need. Because the hatred is detrimental to the country, and I'm starting to see the division, even here at home, even here in the United States. It's causing a wedge where people are dividing. You got this group of people that hates this group of people, and it's really, man, if ever a time we needed to pray.
It's now.
Oh man, it's right now.
Right.
And so, like I was saying, our hearts and prayers just go out to everybody that was affected. The people that were killed in the nightclubs down in Florida. It's just
that's so
tragic. Just it's just ongoing thing.
It was actually 2.
Right.
It was the one that was
down in Orlando.
And then there was another one that was in Fort.
Right.
I can't remember the exact location, but I know it was the second one was in Florida as well.
Yeah. So A lot of people are being affected by the
Right.
hatred, by the division. A lot of people are being affected by that. But we're going to continue to stand in prayer. We're going to continue to lift families up, and really just encourage people to love,
Right.
and seek peace.
It seems like now, every time I get on Twitter, because I'm a big fan of Twitter,
Right.
There's always a trending topic about something that is going on every day. To
Right.
where now it's like, what is the next,
Yeah, it's like you're waiting.
you know,
like, what's the
hateful
next thing?
crime
Exactly.
that has taken place every day? You know, you get on there and it's like
Yeah,
a
something
trend.
new.
It's the top trending topic.
Right.
Like, what is our world coming to?
Exactly.
You know, we just really need to pray. We need to, wherever you are, share love with people. You
That's
know,
right.
encourage people, inspire people.
Right.
You know, show the love of God.
Right.
And
Right.
you know, because right now all we're seeing amongst our world is hatred.
Absolutely, and it's tough. But seeing all of this, and I know for me personally, it makes me want to draw closer
Right.
to God,
Right.
to the Word of God, to
Amen.
just connect,
Amen.
you know, spiritually,
Amen.
even more, even harder, because that relationship is the most important
Right.
relationship that we could have. Just
Right.
the relationship with God. And so, you know, it's really a thought that I had earlier today, just on how important it is to seek healthy relationships.
Yes.
First and foremost, having that relationship with
Right.
God. But then after that, the relationships that we have in our everyday life,
Right.
whether it's family, friends, girlfriend, boyfriend,
right.
husband and wife, co-workers,
Right.
you know, people that we associate ourselves with on a daily basis.
Right.
And I wanted to ask you, you know, babe, how I know that you're one to you believe in strong relationships.
I
You
do.
believe in loyalty. You believe in these things.
I do.
So how important is it to you to have these healthy relationships in our life?
It's very important to me to have the correct relationships that God would desire me to have.
Right.
Those are the first and foremost. Like, God is the head of my life.
Right.
And so any relationship that I intertwine myself with, I want to make sure that I'm doing, that I have that relationship that is going to be fruitful.
Right.
How God
Gotcha.
tells us. He tells us to make sure that the company that we keep is healthy, a healthy comfort to us,
Right.
or that the company that we keep has great character,
Right.
And
Gotcha.
so
Gotcha.
if you know God doesn't, if I know that this person is doing things that is unhealthy,
Right.
then I'm not going to entwine myself with that.
Absolutely.
Because I'm only going to
Absolutely.
intertwine myself with the things that God want me to connect myself with.
Right.
So if it's something that I know God don't want my spirit attached to, then I'm not going to attach my spirit to it.
Gotcha.
And that's point blank in the period.
Yeah.
Like, it's no questions about it. You know, we all make excuses for things, but it's not good to make excuses, because then you're second guessing yourself, and you're being double minded.
Right.
And God don't want us to be that way. He wants to be stable in all the things that we do.
Right.
And relationships is one of them. So if the relationship that I choose to have in my life are those relationships that I know that are not going to be just a blessing to me, but that you can be a blessing, that I can be a blessing to you as well.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, you want those healthy relationships, those relationships that God want us to connect ourselves through and with. You know, not to say that every person that you meet, you're going to, you know, that you should just
Well, I think the same or act
right.
the same. Right.
Like, you're not gonna think the same. The person is not gonna be how you are.
Right.
You shouldn't expect that. But again, it just goes back to character. It
Yeah.
goes back to loyalty, love, joy, peace, understanding. All those things that you know are attached to the Spirit of the Lord.
Gotcha. That's good stuff. You know, I try. You know, for me, I try to be in position
Right.
to keep healthy relationships in
Right.
my life. Meaning that I try to keep my relationship so strong with God that if a friend calls on me,
Right.
if a brother calls on me, if my parents call on me, if you call on me as your husband,
Right.
I'm in position to be fruitful.
Oh my gosh, and even pray for that person.
Absolutely, absolutely.
When they need prayer, you know,
It's
that's something
important.
God wants us to do, because you know you want to be in alignment with God, so that when your family or your friends need you,
Yeah.
you want to be in position to pray for them. So I completely understand what you're saying.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a lot of people that reach out to us, and whether it's Twitter or Facebook or you know whatever.
Right.
And a lot of people, they share with us how they've changed,
Right.
how being attached to someone
Yeah.
changed them.
Yeah.
A negative relationship.
Right.
Or, they feel like they're in a dark place, or a lot of times when we have things inside of us
Right.
that wasn't always there,
Right.
with bitterness and anger and things that we might carry around.
That we build up over time
This-
because of the wrong relationship.
Exactly. It stems from negativity. It stems from bad relationships
Right.
that we have. So you might have been dating somebody. You might have been a sweet person in the beginning.
Oh, I know.
And then, you know, over time, you know, you might have
change.
suffered abuse, or you might have something of this nature, and it caused you to hurt,
Right.
and it caused pain in your life, and you grabbed a hold to that bitterness, and you know, it really just
It damaged the
contaminated,
person. Right.
you know, poison. It's just like you know, everybody's situation is not like that, but we have encountered people. People have reached out to us and to share that with us.
Right.
And so my question is, you know, who are you attaching yourself to? You know, these are things that you have to ask yourself when you
Yes.
are seeking relationships. You know, and I know, baby, I know you had something that you want to share.
Oh no, I'm really into what you're saying, baby. I wanted to hear what you had to say next, but that attaching yourself
Right.
to the wrong people, it over a period of time, I understand what you're saying. When you attach yourself to the wrong people that are not like-minded like
Right.
you, that don't, you know, if you're a spiritual person, and nobody wants to be treated bad, whether
Right.
you're
That's
spiritual
right.
or not.
That's
You
right.
don't want to be treated bad. We
That's
want to
right.
be treated how you want to be treated. So, and the Bible tells us to treat others how we desire to be treated. But about attaching yourself to the wrong people, it then infects you and make up a toxic. It makes you very toxic.
Right.
Some people, you know, they have been around hurt so much that it even hurts to be around you.
Right,
Like
right.
it's, you know, you bitter, you mad, you angry,
Right.
you, all the time.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we need to go back and I know I'm one that's always self-evaluating myself.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm always that person that's trying to keep me straight,
Right.
so that I'm making sure that I'm not operating in my flesh
Right.
and I'm operating out of the Spirit of God. And you know,
And
we're
it-
human.
Yeah, it gets hard.
Right. It gets hard, especially when
Yeah.
you know, you have things and where you really want to see people be blessed, and then
Right.
you have people where they're attacking you, you
Right,
know,
right.
and I want to see you be blessed.
Absolutely. It
But you
happens.
attacking me.
Right.
So, you know, of course, but you have to make sure that you're keeping yourself in alignment with the Word of God and making sure that that stuff don't affect you, because at the end of the day, when it does, and you know that you're a joyful person.
Right.
I'm a joyful person. I love to be happy. I
Yeah,
love
you-
to spread love.
You love love, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I just feel like if I feel like I'm doing something or it's causing my spirit to be a certain way, then the only person that's going to be held accountable for that is Tanya. So I have to
awesome.
keep myself in check. I have to do a mirror check
Right.
on me and make sure that I am in alignment with the Word of God.
Yeah, that's
nobody
what's up.
else. It doesn't matter what nobody else is doing, how
Right.
they're trying to treat me.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
Long as I know that my spirit is in check with what the Lord say,
Right.
He's gonna continue to favor me and take me high. So
Man, that's that.
right.
That's an awesome mindset, because a lot of times we get in certain relationships and we hold on so
Right,
long,
right,
and it becomes our normality.
right,
That becomes our life.
right.
So we get used to being hurt. We get used to being stepped on.
Right.
But it causes that anger
It
to rise
does.
up inside of us, and that's why it's so important. It's vital, man, to have healthy relationships
It
in your life.
is.
It's good to have people that truly care,
Right.
that truly love you, that looks out for your best interest.
Yes.
Because, man, attaching yourself to certain individuals, it can be damaging.
It can hinder,
It
and
can be
it can
damaging.
hinder your destiny.
Absolutely.
You know, when you're putting yourself in a relationship with people
Right.
that you know don't mean you any good,
Right,
and
right.
you're staying stuck in that broken relationship,
right,
that broken place that God don't want you to be in. God wants you to be happy. He wants you to be full of joy.
Right.
You know, He don't want you to be pitiful. He don't want you to be hurt.
That's right.
God doesn't want those things for us. God
Right.
wants us to be walking in the fullness of Him.
Right,
And you know, we don't want to be in strife and in broken relationships. We want to be walking in the fruits of the Spirit and of God.
Absolutely. I mean, it goes back to self-love.
Right.
How much do you love yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Because, when you love yourself,
Yes.
you're not going to allow yourself to be beaten
That's
down.
true.
You're going to remove yourself. You're going to say, this is not, you're going to recognize.
You're gonna know
when
it's
you love
not of
yourself,
God.
You're going
Right.
to recognize that this is not where I'm supposed to be at.
Right.
This is not healthy. This is not good for my life. So I need to be trying to make some adjustments.
And not only that, it's not good for my children.
That's right.
It's not
That's
good
right.
for me.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like how you said, your
Absolutely.
relationship, like it's not, you love you enough to get yourself out of that situation. You love your children enough to
There
get
you go.
yourself out of that situation.
Absolutely.
Stop connecting yourself with things that God hasn't put before you.
That's
And
right.
the enemy wants to keep us down and keep us to thinking that we have to keep attaching ourselves to things that are not of God.
That's
He
right.
wants you to keep believing that.
That's
because
right.
He want to keep you from the things that God has for you, things that are created to be beautiful. He wants to destroy and make evil and hateful and look ugly.
Right.
And those things are not of God.
Not of God. Not of God. You know what? It's funny because Proverbs 13:20 says that walk with the wise and become wise.
Wise, right.
For a companion of fools suffers harm. And right there, that's Proverbs 13:20.
Wow.
That's
That scripture speaks so much.
It's life. It's telling you that who you attach yourself to is ultimately going to make the difference in whether
Right.
you go higher or whether you
Go to
go
the
low.
bottom. Right.
That's right. I mean, it's doors will be open.
Right.
I just remember for myself. I
Right.
remember in my mid to late 20s
Right.
when I made a decision that, okay, God, I've done what I'm gonna do.
Right.
You spared my life. You've covered me, and now I'm ready to give my all to you.
Right.
Man, once I made that decision, over time, I slowly began to see doors opening for
Right.
me. I began to see my life changing in a
Right.
way that I would end up in places. I remember being in certain places, saying to myself, "Man, this has to be God because I'm not
right.
even qualified to be where I am right now."
That's true.
So, man, when you make these type of decisions, starting with your relationship with
Right.
God, because it gives you discernment. It shows you what's
Yes,
good and what's
yes.
bad.
Yes.
Once you start making these type decisions, man, you will see your life changing in ways that you wouldn't imagine.
Right.
You start learning things about yourself that you never even thought about.
Right.
So,
Oh my
man,
God, that's
just,
so beautiful.
Yeah, having those good, healthy relationships, they make a big difference in our lives.
The reason why I say that's so beautiful, baby, because, anybody that is listening, what baby is describing is just getting in a place to be able to hear from God.
Right.
To what is it that He wants me to do?
Absolutely.
And I just feel like, when you're younger, when you're in a place where you're always, in a relationship, you're always having family around or friends around. It's not a place that you're in to hear from the word of God.
Right.
You need to get in those secret, most intimate moments with
Right.
God and be able to hear from him and stop seeking so much advice from everyone else.
Right.
You know,
That's good.
Because
That's
I
good.
just said that's such a beautiful moment, because I remember in my mid-20s of God dealing with me
Right,
intimately.
absolutely.
And
Yeah.
those moments are the most precious. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, I feel lonely because I'm single," or
Right.
those moments were so precious to me.
Right,
Like,
right.
you know, they were just those precious moments that I had to allow God to deal with me, deal with my
Absolutely.
heart, deal with my mind, deal with my spirit. It made me ready for things
Right.
that He had for me later on down the line, because
Absolutely.
I equipped myself with Him.
Right.
And I just think that anybody that is listening, stop attaching yourself to the wrong relationships.
That's right.
Even if it's a good relationship, sometimes we just need to get off by ourselves
Right.
and be able to hear the word of God.
Absolutely.
And baby, you couldn't have described that any better. That was just so beautiful.
Yeah,
I love it.
we have to seek him. We have to
Right.
have a hunger for a stronger relationship.
Right.
So that way we can become better, because every day we should wake up with the attitude that I want to be better than I was yesterday.
Right.
You know, I live by that. That's
Right.
my thing. When I wake up in the morning, when my feet hit the floor, I want to be better than I was yesterday.
That's true.
So God, what did I miss on yesterday that I can take a step back and look at
And
myself,
adjust. Right.
and make the adjustment and find that I need to become better today.
Right.
So these are just thoughts that we have. This is some good stuff, man.
It is. And I remember having a conversation with my mom, like between 24 and 25. And I was like, Mama, what is it that you are doing that I can do?
Right.
Because I was still kind of had my feet in the world, but
Right,
still wanted to
absolutely.
live for God. And,
Right.
you know, and I just saw my mama living in wholeness
Yeah,
of God.
yeah.
Like, it was no back and forth.
Right,
And
right.
so I remember having that conversation with her. I never forget. I was in my apartment,
Right.
on my couch, talking to my mom on the phone, and I just wanted to know, what is it that I need to do? My mom was like, it's one word that she spoke to me, and she said, you need to stop saying that you need to try.
Yeah.
Stop saying that I'm trying to do this
better,
for God.
right.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to do better, and
Right.
just do it.
Man.
And when I made that decision to just give everything up and just live for God wholeheartedly, you know, one of the best decisions that I could have ever made in my life.
Absolutely.
Except, other than, you know, the next thing would be to marry baby.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's two of the best decisions that I've ever made in my life. Is just giving my life completely over to God and giving my life to my husband. You
Absolutely.
know?
That's
So,
beautiful.
yeah.
That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. Look, we're going to take a quick break. And we're going to come right back. And once again, guys, we appreciate you tuning in to Fly Christian Couple on Air.
You are now tuned into Fly Christian Couple on Air.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Fly Christian Couple on Air. Before we went to break, me and the hubby was discussing the importance of a healthy relationship.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Baby, I really like what you said before we went to break. When you was talking about how God took you in that intimate moment, that private moment, when it was just you and Him.
Right.
I think a lot of people miss that step
Yeah.
when they're in process
Right.
of building relationships or trying to take things to the next level.
Right.
Or a lot of times we miss that step of
Allowing God to groom us.
yes, that right there.
That transformation, I think.
It's a transformation that has to take place inside of you.
Right.
You know, especially when you're getting into a relationship. A lot of times we don't know ourselves
Right.
like we should
That's true.
before we attach ourselves to somebody else. So I really like that. That's important,
Yeah.
and a lot of people need to really think about that.
And it's something that I'm always talking on, and especially in singleness. And, you
Right.
know, when I'm addressing the topic of singleness a lot, is just explaining and letting others know, especially women, to take that time out to spend to yourself, getting to know you, and then you are able to make more. You're able to make better decisions.
Right. You need that time. Right.
As far as who, you know, I should date, you know,
Right. Right.
in those times of, you know, just getting into that personal, more intimate moment with God and dealing with yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think it's a part of dealing with your spirit, man, too. You
It
know,
is.
your flesh, taming your flesh, having self-control.
Right.
It just teaches you so much in those moments of who to deal with, who not to deal with, who to accept into your life and relationships.
Right. It really
being able to discern.
Yeah, it opens your eyes. It opens your eyes to things that you wouldn't have seen
Right.
Had you not been just personable with God
Right.
one-on-one.
Right.
So, yeah, man, that's good stuff.
I
like
think
that.
in those, and I think the world tries to teach us that being in those lonely, you know, those moments, they try to make us seem as those moments are lonely.
Right.
But those moments are the most precious because you're able to learn so much about yourself.
Indeed. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
In those moments. And, you know, just going to how you was talking about going to a deeper level, just
Right.
going to the next steps in the next phases of your life. It's just like climbing a ladder. You don't want to move too slow. You don't want to move too fast because
man.
you can jump
Yeah.
from the bottom all the way to the top.
You know, we say it
and
all the
miss
time.
those steps.
Right. We say all the time, don't rush. You know, when we
Right.
talk to people,
Don't rush the process.
when we talk to you know, other young couples, we tell them, take your time. You don't have to be in a rush.
Right.
You know, because you want to be well aware. You want to go into this new relationship
Right.
with your eyes wide open.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss anything.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, you don't have to rush. You can take your time, you know, get to know you. And all the while you're getting to know the other person. And yeah, I mean, that's
It's so
important.
much that comes with that because even in that time, in order to have those healthy relationships, you have to have you have to be healthy within yourself.
Absolutely.
So if you're
Totally
not
agree.
good, how can you make others around you good?
Right.
Like whether you are a wife or a husband
Right.
or you have children.
Yeah.
Or you may be single and have, you know, you may just have your family that surrounds you or your friends.
Right.
Those you have to be healthy first before you can build healthy relationships.
Man, that's
Right.
That's it. I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that. I really, you know, I really love that. I really just hope that this show inspires people to think on those type things.
Me too.
You know, I really hope that God uses this platform,
Right.
not for our name to be in lights
That's
or whatever.
right.
That
Right.
doesn't matter. I really hope because, you know, we have a genuine love for people.
Mm-hmm.
I try as
Right.
an individual, as a person, to see the light and see the good in everybody.
You do.
And I really hope that people are inspired, you know, by the things
you
that
just
we
know
we
you
say.
are a great person. You know, I don't know
Thank
if
you,
I've
honey.
already talked on this, but you are just a person where people take to you. You know, guys take to you. It's all different nationalities,
Right.
and you're just that person that I just feel people really take to. Is because you're very understanding. You're very, you know, patient.
Non-judgmental, you know,
You're
yeah.
very patient.
Right,
And
right.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good thing, and we need more people like that in this world who
Absolutely.
are able to receive and then, you know, even sharing the wisdom
Yeah, it's just
with others.
it's just allowing people to see the love of God in you.
Right.
And that's what I try to portray. But at the same time, I can't be who I am without you.
Right.
You know, babe, you are just an amazing person inside and out. And I know we on air right now, but I still want to take this moment to encourage you and to say to you that I love you so much and I appreciate the woman that you are. Because I see how you interact with individuals. I see how you interact with women.
Right.
And I see how women admire you. I see how they look up to you.
Right.
And so I really just believe that through this ministry, God is going to use you in a mighty way. Going to use us together in a mighty way.
Right.
And people are going to be blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And man, I just appreciate you for always just encouraging me, just being the light of God in my life, just being that even in my lowest, my most down moments in my life, the challenges and the obstacles that I had to face and so many setbacks and wanting to see what the next steps was and knowing that God had certain things for us. And just in those moments, you were the most encouraging, the most compassionate, sweet, loving person. You know, this is not a game. It's not something that we, we wanted to see what direction we even wanted to take when just years of progress of seeing what direction is, what it is that God wanted us to do with this. And we're very private people. We don't want to share our life. So even to be in this moment of just sharing the things that God has to share, it's all God, because I love my husband and I don't, I wanted to keep him just to me, for me. And, I know you feel the same way about
me.
But we're very private, and we're anybody who knows us, that's just how we are. And
the thing about
we don't want to be in the light, but
the thing about it is that sometimes God will take you off.
He will.
Seclude you.
He will
mold you. He'll do whatever he got to do in order for his will to be,
his glory,
for his will to be done. So, we just vessels. We just vessels, man, and we just really have a heart after God
to be used by the Lord.
Yeah, to see people be blessed.
Yeah,
that is my personal goal, and us as a couple, that's our goal together.
Right.
To see people walk in the blessing.
That's true. Then, this goes all the way back to Mama again.
Right.
Just having that discussion with Mama on the porch.
Right.
Spending that quality time with her and just saying, Ma, I really, I'm excited about this show.
Yeah.
But I really don't want to put my marriage on forefront like that. And I really don't, because you know what God has. And but when it's a greater purpose and it's a greater cause that God has, then you have to do what God say do.
Absolutely.
And,
it's all
that's
about
what we're doing through this show. And it has been a lot of obstacles that we have had to face and just challenges that we've had to face. But we just we hope that this show inspires somebody else through something that you may want to do, whatever it is that you may want to do in life.
Yeah.
I don't care how big, how small it is, set a goal and move forward in it, because God will stand behind you 1,000%.
Hey, you know what
never give up. And
you know what my motto is? Is plan and execute. So man, that's I just that's what I want, that's what I want to see people do, is just really walk in the blessing.
Me too.
And man, really just motivate people to be better people.
It is.
So yeah, man, this has been a good show. I'm just excited because this is our first episode, and it's so much more that we have to share.
Yeah.
This is just the start.
Just the beginning.
And we're gonna with this show, we're gonna use this show to talk about marriage. We're gonna talk about being single. We're gonna talk about the progress, the progression from being single to being in a relationship to being married, and those deep waters that marriage will take you in. So I think this is a good thing. I think that people are going to be excited and going to jump on board, and we're going to keep doing God's will.
And continue to follow us, continue to follow the shows, the episodes that we put out, because not only are they going to be a blessing to your life, but we get to share our testimony in the time that God gives us the time to permit to do that. Absolutely. And we want to share our testimony with the world, and we always operate in accordance to how God, even with this show, we can't move in our time. And
that's right.
We do appreciate all our following for being so patient with us. Even the emails that we receive, the tweets and different things like that we receive in the past, you guys have been so faithful and patient with us.
Man, we
just appreciate you guys so much for that.
Absolutely.
And now we get to share these things, and we can't just when God has made you to do the things that when you have to follow obedience and you have to follow word and you have to be led by the Spirit, you can't do things on your own time, and you can't jump out there like we're saying. You can't skip the steps. Can't miss the steps. Right. You have to go through those tough times, those good times, those bad times, and just in that time, and God equips you.
Absolutely.
He equips you for so much.
That's it.
And,
That's it.
Basically what I was trying to say was the testimony that God is going to give us to share. We want you to continue to follow us for those things because we're ready to share those with the world.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. It all goes back to relationship. It all goes back to the beginning. And,
right. We didn't wake up like this.
No, we definitely didn't.
We had to go through some tests.
Yeah. So, but those are the good moments. Those are the moments that make you better.
Right.
The moments that create you. Into the person that you're going to be. So, it's good stuff, man. To all our followers, man, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you for the love. Thank you for, like my wife said, the tweets and the emails and the messages on Facebook. Man, y'all keep reaching out to us because we love to hear from you. We love to talk to you.
Right.
And however we can help, even if you just have a prayer request, hey, shoot that to us, and we gon' go in faith, and we right there with you. So we're gonna continue to just do God's will and be purposeful and move forward, man. And we pushing for everybody who's going after something. I don't care what it is that you're doing. Give it your all. Be great at what it is that you do.
Right.
Whether you're singing, whether you're preaching, whether you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, whatever you want to be. If you're a janitor,
director,
whatever, it doesn't matter.
As long as you love it,
give it your all. Yeah. Give it your all. And man, we behind y'all, man. So y'all continue to just reach out to us, baby. Just read off our social medias, man, so people can hit us up.
Oh yeah. So you can definitely follow us on Twitter at Fly Christ Couple, and then our email address is going to be flychristiancouple@gmail.com. And then our website is www.flychristiancouple.com, and you can find all the links on our website, and we are on Facebook as Terry McCarter and Tanya McCarter.
Absolutely. So y'all hit us, man. Let's talk about some things. Let's chit chat. So and man, we're gonna get ready to get up out of here, baby. You got anything else you want to say?
No, one thing I want to leave is just don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up your faith. Don't give up the fight. Don't give up the test. Don't give up, period. That's whatever good. It is that you're going after, dream big. Dream big. Go after with everything that you got.
Dream big. Y'all heard it here. Fly Christian Couple on there, man. Listen. Dream big. Keep going after it. So that's good stuff, man. Well, listen, we're going to get on out of here. And much love and peace to y'all. Until next time.
Bye, guys.
We out.
We love y'all.
Love you. Take care. Fly Christian Couple on air.